Hey Guardians, today we are going to review the Cryptic Dragon, which can be dropped from the Crucible. This is a mid-impact scout rifle in the 48 impact category. Familiar guns in this category is the Taken King Hungary SR4, the strike exclusive Threats Upon Stars from the Cabal Strikes, and the Soros Dis 43 and Tuanella SR4 from the Gunsmith. This is a popular archetype due to the good combination of rate of fire and impact. The faster firing scouts like the NL Shadow lacks the impact, and the high impact guns like the Raid Scout Chaos Dogma just fires too slow in my opinion, and the stability is also relatively low. So the Cryptic Dragon has the perfect balance between impact and rate of fire. If we look at the base stats, the gun is very average in both range, stability and reload. But what does stand out is the high magazine size of 19, which is very useful for PvE to deal with ads. And if you have triple tap on this gun, you can sustain fire for a long time without the need to reload. And there are also a lot of interesting options in the perk tree, which can make this gun become a monster in PvE. In this video I will share you the perks that I have on my Cryptic Dragon, which make it perfect for PvE. I have the following perks on my Cryptic Dragon: the Red Dot ORS, Range Lens, Quick Draw IS, Crowd Control, High Caliber Rounds, Hand-Laid Stock, Field Scout and Reactive Reload. What makes this perk set stands out is the extra damage that you can get from the combination of Crowd Control and Reactive Reload. So Crowd Control increases the damage by 15% after a kill, and Reactive Reload also gives you a damage boost of 33%, which procs on reloading the weapon after a kill. If you put these two together, it can give you a substantial amount of extra damage boost. Let's do the math here. Let's say for simplicity's sake, a bullet does 100 damage. When Crowd Control procs, this will give you a 15% damage boost. So 100 times 15% is 115. And now let's add the 33% from Reactive Reload. So 115 times 33% is 153. So let's put this in perspective. This is 153 if both perks procs of the original 100 damage. This is an extra damage boost of 53%, which is huge. Now let's be realistic. The chances of you having both of these perks proc is very unlikely. So the reload animation lowers the potential time that you can have both perks proc. Realistically, you will most likely have Crowd Control proc most of the time dealing with ads, and while you reload, the Crowd Control perk will probably already wears off. So in that case, you have Reactive Reload kicking in so you can sustain the damage boost, and when that wears off, you probably already have another kill, so that Crowd Control kicks back in and rinse and repeat. So you can see how powerful the combination can be of Crowd Control and Reactive Reload. In the middle column, I have the option of Hand-Laid Stock, High Caliber Rounds or Field Scout. In my opinion, Field Scout is a wasted perk since there are no ammo issues with scouts. I hardly find myself out of ammo with them. So the choice really comes down to Hand-Laid Stock and High Caliber Rounds. I usually choose stability over High Caliber Rounds, but since the stability is not an issue with this gun, I prefer High Caliber Rounds so I can stagger enemies and particular majors if needed. High Caliber Rounds in PvE is really useful in keeping those high level enemies in check. This will help stun lock majors, which gives your fire team the opportunity to team fire them and take them down. So again, the combination of perks is really good with this high max size Cryptic Dragon. You have Crowd Control and Reactive Reload to deal with low level enemies to boost your damage, and High Caliber Rounds will work well in keeping those high level enemies in check by keeping them staggered. That's it for my roll, but what will you be looking for when you get one dropped? Well, the perk options for the Cryptic Dragon is very good. There are hardly any bad perks that can be rolled on this gun, so let's start with an overview of the perks. In the first column, Crowd Control will be the #1 choice for the damage boost. Triple tap is a good alternative which will delay your need to reload, and it will make this gun like the vendor Hungary from back in the Taken King, which is also famous for the high max size and triple tap. Zen Moment is an overall good perk, and Take a Knee is too niche to be useful. In the middle top column, any of the 3 perks are useful. If you like the extra damage, then Explosive Rounds will be your choice. Armor Piercing Rounds is great for dealing with ads, as one bullet can overpenetrate and hit multiple targets. And Higher Caliber Rounds is great for staggering the enemies. The second option in the middle column, all offer stability perks. Any of them will do to increase stability. The third option in the middle column are custom optics, rifle barrel, and field scout. These are all not that useful. I don't know anyone using custom optics, and range is really not a problem with scouts, so you don't need rifle barrel. And unlike hand cannons, Scout does not suffer any ammo problems, so Field Scout is also not really useful. You really want to have one of the perk option in the top middle column to enhance the gun with either explosive, armor piercing or high caliber rounds. And in the final column, all of the perks are great. If you like a quick reload, then you will be looking for Outlaw. If you like to have the radar up at all times, then Third Eye is your choice. And then you also have Reactive Reload for the extra damage boost, and Firefly is always good to have on any gun for dealing with ads. So to conclude, the Cryptic Dragon is a great versatile weapon. It has fantastic perk options. You really can't go wrong with any roll. And it is also one of the few scouts which has a high magazine size, so you can sustain your damage as long as possible. So I highly recommend to try out this gun in PvE when you get one dropped in Crucible. That's it for the video today. A like is appreciated if you enjoyed this, subscribe if you want to stay up to date on all of my latest videos, and as always, I will see you in the next video, Guardians.